Hello, it's Tamika. So I decided to make another quick video. Today I want to talk about PB'ing or productive burping. So all of you bandsters out there, if you've been banded for any amount of time, you've quickly learned what a productive burp is. And so basically, let me just sort of sum it up from based on, the research that I've done, based on hearing from other folks, based on my own personal experience, 17 months in. Here's what a productive burp is. We have our lap bands placed at the top of our stomach, sort of right under where your esophagus leads into your stomach. And I'll actually put a picture of it on the screen so that you see what it looks like. So as you can see, your band is placed sort of high up underneath your esophagus. So we have a small amount of space that we can consume food, dump it into that little pocket, and then we have our lap band, and then there's the rest of our stomach. If we eat too quickly, if we don't chew well, if our bites are too large, and if we eat too much. Those are some of the reasons why we can cause productive burping. And what happens is our body is actually creating a mucus type substance to clear the esophagus because it knows that nothing is supposed to be in our esophagus. So if we eat too much and the food is sort of protruding up and, in the bottom of that esophagus, our body's saying, no, clear it, clear it, clear it, get out of there. And that's where this mucus type slimy substance comes from. So that's a productive burp. Some reasons again why: eating too quickly, not chewing well, eating too much, and having too much food and swallowing it at too quickly. Another thing for me, I've learned based on my own personal experience, and I'm not sure how many of you have this happen to you, but if I drink liquid that is too cold, and if I drink it too quickly, I will PB. It has nothing to do with food. I'm not eating and drinking at the same time anyway. This is just strictly, I get a cold drink, try to chug, and it goes, my chest sort of has that whole closing in feeling, and it doesn't work, and I end up PB'ing. Now, a couple people said the other day, like, what do you do? I just feel like I'm getting ready to have a heart attack. I feel like my chest is caving in on me. Feels like I want to die. All those types of things. Yeah, it can feel like that. I've had sort of various stages of PB'ing. Sometimes it's a mild case. Sometimes it can go on for hours. A couple things that help me when I know that I'm PB'ing is, number one, stay calm. Because when we get anxious and stressed about the whole situation, then for me, it makes my body sort of spaz and tighten and stress out, and it doesn't make it any better. So for me, I try to make sure that I stay calm. I know that's easy to say, but try to make sure I stay calm, and I try to breathe through it. It's sometimes hard for us to breathe, and so what I'll do is I'll take shallow breaths. So my breaths are more shallow, and they tend to be a little bit more rapid when I'm going through a PB situation. If I try to take a deep breath, then that's what makes that whole tightening of my chest feel worse. So I just end up taking the shallow breaths. I get up, walk around, raising your arms up in the air to help gravity sort of pull things down. A lot of times that helps. I've heard people talk about the papaya enzymes. I've not personally tried them. I just sort of ride it out. And again, it could be a quick and easy, simple, couple blobs of stuff come out of your mouth, and it could be something that goes on for hours. I could be still sitting in a meeting on a conference call, having a conversation, pushing mute every time with the cup and letting some out. Or I could be in the bed. There's sort of various stages of it. How do you prevent it? You prevent it by doing those things not doing those things that can cause it. Making sure that you don't overeat. One bite could just kill it. Making sure you don't overeat. What happened to me last week when I was out of town and I ended up PB'ing, I was out. I forgot. Sometimes, you sort of, and this is crazy, 17 months in, and I was sitting there. I was eating almost as if I was eating preoperatively. I was eating, I was talking, I was having a good time. I completely forgot, hey, how many times am I chewing this food before I'm swallowing it? I was eating ribs. They were tender, so that played a trick on my mind and made me believe that I didn't have to chew it as much as I should have. Hello, it's still meat, And so I ended up having this feeling. I went to the bathroom. I didn't necessarily have to PB initially. Went, sat back down, realized that I couldn't eat anymore because if I did, I would be sick. I didn't necessarily have a serving amount of food, like a setting. I didn't eat as much as I could have or should have, but I knew that if I had one more bite, I would be completely sick. Went back to the bathroom, PB'd a little bit, and then there was like a long ride home, and we had to actually stop 2 times for me to get out, stand on the side of the truck on the road in the dark, and PB. The second time I did it, that chunk of meat that I think was the culprit that I didn't chew well, it came up, and after that I was fine. And no more for the rest of the night. I was good, and I was so thankful that it was not a situation that went on forever. So that's a little story about PB'ing. Just be mindful, be careful, know that your body is altered, know that you have a very small amount of space, egg size, up at the top, the very top, right under your esophagus before it goes into your big stomach that you're working with. And so if you're feeling that by either not chewing your food well, eating too quickly, eating and talking, and the air, that's why they tell us not to talk so much when we're eating, because the air and stuff like that gets all mixed up with our food. If we're not chewing well, if all of those things happen, we can be in a situation where we have some productive burping. I've not seen a person die from it. So, somebody said the other day, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm dying. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. But just go through the process and let it be a reminder. Next meal, try to do better and keep on going. So I hope that helps you guys, and I shall talk to you later. Bye.